What's going on, hockey fans? So I stumbled upon another video on YouTube that I kind of wanted to address a little bit, and it was Robin Lehner talking about the mental health issues and the COVID protocol issues that have been going on in the NHL, and kind of want to give my own opinion to it as well. If you haven't seen the video, I would definitely go and check it out. It's about 9 minutes long, but he explains a lot of good things that the NHL has kind of screwed players over with this season, and I understand that this year's situation is a lot different than any other season that has taken place with all these different protocols and everything. But going into it, Robin Lehner talks about how, you know, the NHL said, hey, if you go out and get a vaccine, if you go out and get vaccinated, we'll, you know, let things slide a little bit more, kind of, lower the restrictions. And so what he does, he's like, okay, somebody who, like he said in the video, has, bipolar syndrome and stuff like that, people that are kept in isolation with that situation, tend to do bad things to themselves. And he said, okay, I'm going to go out and do this. So he went out and got vaccinated. And then the NHL's like, no, we're not going to do that. So now the NHL is also breaking promises with these players. And I get it. You know, you don't want these players to get sick. You don't want this to slow down the season or anything like that. But when it comes to the mental health of these players and being able to do some things, like he was saying, on road games, they're not allowed to go out. All they do is go hang out at the hotel, and that's it. Hotel practice done. They don't get to walk around the city. They don't get to go out. Whatever it is. Whereas other leagues have kind of been a little bit more lenient with it, and it seems to be doing just fine. He also brings up the point of players that had COVID and they were just told to sit out, whereas when somebody on the Vegas Knights had COVID, they had to cancel their, or not cancel their games, but postpone their games. Whereas, they're kind of on a high, and now they have to stop playing games. So to me, the inconsistencies of the NHL is kind of, bullshit in a sense, where other teams are missing three players, but yet they're still able to play because they have COVID and everybody else cleared COVID protocol. Whereas the Vegas Golden Knights had only one player with COVID and they were told to postpone their game. And I've seen this a lot. I know the Flyers earlier in the season had COVID problems. I think Boston had COVID problems as well. Vancouver, I know, has, a lot of teams have had certain stints with people with COVID and weren't able to play games. But at the same time, some teams were allowed to play and other teams weren't allowed to play. So, you know, it's just kind of what is the NHL doing with these guys that, it can help them mental health wise get through this season and hopefully for next season not have all these restrictions for them. And to me, almost having to give these players like to go against what they want to do with getting a vaccine, whatever. I'm not going to discuss that situation and how I feel about it. But to me, if these guys don't want to go out and get it, that's on them. And for them to be like, hey, listen, if you go get it, we'll let you go out and stuff like that, and then don't like go with their promise. I think that's complete bullshit. And it's something that some of these players probably don't want in their bodies, and then the commissioner's coming out and saying, hey, if you get it, we could, let you go do some things, and then not allowing them to do it. It's kind of messing with their heads a little bit. So just to keep their mental health, going and keeping their head straight, I think is just one of the things that the NHL needs to work on if they're going to tell these guys one thing and go a whole different way with another thing. So I personally would tell everybody that's watching this video right now, go watch the Robin Lehner video. He's a goalie for the Vegas Knights if you guys don't know who he is. But he's a guy that had concussion symptoms earlier in the year, wasn't able to play, was vaccinated now because he was pretty much told, once you will get vaccinated, you could go do more things. Obviously not coming true now, but just go watch his video. Let me know how you feel about it. Comment down below how you feel about the situation. and what the NHL could do better for these players while COVID's going on. Again, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all the above. Obviously, I do mostly Pittsburgh videos and want to, span my horizon on videos that I talk about, and figured that this was a great video to talk about, obviously with the mental health of the players here. So, again, thank you all for watching. Have a good day. Let's go Pens.